Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here with Jason Blaha's Strength and Fitness, and once again it's time for a full body workout. But a quick reminder, if you guys will please click like down below and drop me a comment, I would appreciate it so much. So did back squats today. Made a couple minor changes, some stuff I liked, some stuff I didn't. But I went back to just messing with some back squats again. I box squatted for over a week. Felt good, but I'm like, I just missed doing my normal back squat in this slot, so I like starting off with a back squat. And I went ahead and went up to the 4 plates on the squat bar. I got a good double in there, so I'm just going to keep working that a little bit. And I may rotate box squats back and forth. I always like box squats. It's kind of one of those where it's like I like to do them. Sometimes I like to run them for a phase. But at the end of the day, back squat is still going to tend to be bread and butter. And I don't put a lot of into it, because at this point I know that if I just get my quads bigger and I practice some squatting and do this, my squats will come up. I don't need huge amounts of volume. So again, a good double here, and I may just work with the 4 plates for a bit and just work on top sets like I do the other lifts. But again, I really want to push up the bench. I want to push up my triceps, and I tried something different today and I didn't like it at all, so I'm going to go back to literally what I've been doing last week because it worked really well. Felt like my benching strength came back up. But today I did want to sample kind of a back off set, right? And I feel like for me, I can prioritize benching and triceps in terms of my volume. I get away with a little more stuff here because it's not being hit by my running, my cardio. And again, by keeping the volumes a little more moderate, we can get away with that. But the bench set felt really good. Look at that. Nice, clean 4 pause reps with 315. So we're sustaining where we were. Right? We hit that again on Monday. We got that. But I feel like really the tricep work and the dips are doing the most for that. But I also did a back down set to kind of see where my back off strength is. Because for me, these are interesting. Right? Because I've kind of hit stuff that I wasn't hitting for rep work even when I pause bench 365 a couple years back. Right? I was doing I was able to do 10s with 250. But the other day I got 12 with 245. I'm like, so let me run down to 200. I got 16 with it. So I got 13 with this today. And we're not using leg drive. This is all just clean, mostly pause reps, right? Mostly pause reps, super, super clean. So I'm happy about that because it felt good. Everything was good. So happy with it. I also wanted to go up and try to increase the weight on the extensions today, which you guys will see I made a boo-boo with that. But let me try it with the straight bar, since eventually I'd love to be able to do the straight bar with a full plate on each side. And it felt horrific, but I was already committed, so I did 2 sets of it. But let's get over to deadlifting. I just did a good triple here. I had someone say already, I saw in one of the comments for the short I put up, it looked like that went up really fast. You could have gone for a 4th or 5th rep. I'm like, I'm not that worried. I just want quality work sets, and I'm just going to rebuild the deadlift because I'm pulling heavy 3 times a week, and because probably my 5 rep max is probably 500 right now, I'm within a rep or 2 of failure no matter what. Doing it 3 times a week, as long as we get some quality sets. I'm going to rebuild the deadlifting off of this stuff, right? I'm going to rebuild it by doing the reverse hypers again. So reverse hypers, decided to progress on it. I'm able to do 5 sets of 25 with really short breaks. They're like 60 seconds apart. But I was doing that with the 220. I'm like, so let's just start adding weight up slowly. I'm just going to load it. And I know I'm fully aware they're swinging. I'm fully aware that this is how you use the device. I've had people argue with it. But I could progressively load it, right? Even with these really high reps and everything, I could just slowly add weight. We're still going to get a better eccentric loading. This will just build all the posterior chain back up further. I'll just progressively load it for a while, right? Even if we get all the way back up to ridiculous weights on this machine, which, we've done in the past, right? We've done all that. So I might even go crazy with it and load up 400 or 500 pounds on it eventually again. Right? But as long as we're able to get the 5 sets of 25, I feel like we're in a really, really good place there. Right? I feel like we're in a really good place. And so we're going to continue to do that. So I'm just going to progressively load this. And so I'll let this build it back up, and the same thing, it'll bring my squatting and everything back up just over time. So again, reverse hyper will kind of be my little bit of volume here, and I'm just going to go heavy on the squat and the deadlift, right? So at the moment, I'm not worried about pushing that 500 up for more reps if I don't need to. I might have some times where I hit 4 or 5 again, but I just don't want them to grind. I want them to be nice, clean reps. And like I said, I'll progressively overload the reverse hypers for a few weeks and watch it'll end up feeding back into that deadlift. But also it'll get my core stronger. It'll keep my low back healthy. It'll keep everything really good and in a good spot for my running and everything else. Although one of the things I really wish I would have done different today, probably could have done dips, but I felt like with the back down work on the bench, like not doing dips, but realistically, dips might be a better choice than my tricep extensions in this case, because I feel like the dips really do more for my bench. Yes, the tricep extensions are getting stronger and stronger and stronger. But me messing with the other bar today, just again, it wasn't right. And we'll discuss it when we get to it. So again, reverse hypers are going to be a big chunk of the vlog because I do 5 sets of 25. So this is obviously fairly time consuming, but I don't want to do work sets that don't get in here. And this workout did take longer than I wanted. I had some really important business related calls that were coming through that I needed to take, in the middle of the workout. So I did have to take those. So it kind of got broke up a little bit. So again, the workout took a little longer than I would have liked, but we did get it all done. The reverse hypers all felt good. So again, I'm probably just going to keep adding weight to these, for a little bit. I could put another 10 pounds on roughly every workout. Eventually I'll just start adding more of the red plates, right? I have 4 more of them laying there. I can end up just even if I get to where I just double up on those, right, versus what I had on here, it'll probably be enough to push my deadlift and everything back up. Like, quite frankly, just the hypertrophy of this alone. And then we get the technique and stuff from the deadlift sets. And we grow off of that. You get people who are like, oh, we don't do large amounts of deadlifts. You can't. And then you won't grow from it. But that's nonsense. Mechanical tension is a driver of hypertrophy, right? Doing heavy rep work like that on a deadlift will absolutely get you bigger. So for pull-ups today, I did do overhand grip pull-ups instead of chins today. I'm always torn on that of whether I want to do chins or whether I want to do the pull-ups. But man, these felt good, right? And I got plenty of reps too. I got like 3 sets of 10 with a little 10-pound plate. Funny enough, it's like I can do a lot more weight than this, but it's like if I want to do just really strict, clean reps, if I want higher reps, just throwing a 10 on works. I had someone tell me, this is funny on Facebook, they're like, on one of the posts, I made, we don't care what scrubs you do. Let's see you do 6 pull-ups with your body weight. If you can't do that, I'm just sitting here thinking, do you not know how much I love pull-ups? It was just very weird, right? But these felt good. They felt good. Like they felt good in my shoulders. Felt like it just everything just kind of opened up really good. Now, they were a lot of forearm work. But so I took just a shoulder width. I didn't go real wide. I didn't go real close. I just grabbed a shoulder width on these. And, they felt good. I'm like, man, I liked the way those felt today. Like, just happy about that, Now, I wish I would have done some dips today instead of these other extensions. But, I digress. I'll take it. All right? We'll take it. But did 3 sets of 10 with this. And I feel like they were quality reps. I got a lot of arm pump, a lot of back pump. But I always feel pull-ups. If I don't go super wide grip on pull-ups, it feels like a major bicep exercise to me. Right? It always does. So the thing I'm not happy about with today, these laying extensions, I'm like, let's do them with a straight bar, right? Because if I want to go up in weight, and I only went to 115, I couldn't even get the same ranges of motion. Some of them, they didn't feel right. They made my forearms hurt. My elbows felt all wonky. Like, everything felt wonky with these. It didn't feel right compared to that easy bar, that really close grip easy bar. Like, I get strong on it so fast and it feels good. So as much as I might do this and say, well, I don't like re-racking that easy bar up in that smaller thing, you could It can fall out easy, and you know, I want to use the big bar. You know, it works so well. Plus, I'm not balancing it because I feel like my forearms and elbows and everything feel way better, and I feel like I can tuck better with that easy bar because I get in really with a really close grip. It's hard to get that same close grip on this bar. But I mean, I got sets of 12, but I'm doing 5 pounds less than this for sets of 15 and built up to that with the other bar. So I realized realistically I should go back to that other bar. And so what if the reps get really high? You know, I might even take them up to 20. Like, is it really going to hurt my gains? Like, oh no, you take your 10 rep max and you build it to 20 reps. Is too many reps. No, you're going to grow from that. You're going to grow from that. And where's my bench going to be? If I take that and I build that up and add another 5 reps, I'll be good. So I may just stick with that. I may just stick with that 110 pounds on that easy bar and just keep pushing reps, rep PR, rep PR, rep PR. Why not? You know, I don't see a problem with that. I don't see a problem at all. So that might be what I do, but I want to keep doing the dips in there. And I liked the back off work on the bench, but man, the dips just do so much for me. But I also had the benefit of hitting that PR, like that 245 for 13. That's a rep PR after the heavy set. So I feel like the dips and stuff are carrying over. The tricep work is carrying over. So I'm just going to bodybuild on the other stuff after, you know. So I feel like next workout, I'll kind of do what I did on Monday. Let's hit a top set of the bench, then we'll push dips. We'll try to push rep PRs on the dips and the leg extensions. And, you know, so what happens if we just get more reps with those same weights? The bench will go up because we're building pecs and triceps. And then curls, I went up, and I'm trying to do the full range of motion. Yes, I know I have a little bit of catawampousness in there, and that's just the nature of my shoulders and everything, I think. But I'm trying to do them strict. So I got 15s last time. So I'm like, let's add some weight. So I went up 10 pounds, and I got 12s. I had to take a 5-minute break in between the last set, though, because I got an important call I had to deal with. But we got them all done. So I got 3 sets of 12 for full range of motion. So like I said, we went up 10 pounds, and that's okay. That's good. We're still at 12 reps, so that's really high reps. I mean, they felt good, though, right? They felt good, and they're relatively strict. And, yeah, there's always that little bit of shoulder. But it's also because I can't lock that left elbow completely no matter what I do. Like, I can't lock it out. It's that old one that was repaired. But, you know, it's still straight bar curls, and I feel them in my biceps. They felt good. Pretty happy with that overall. I mean, we're up to getting good reps with this. And it's the same thing. I might work with this weight and just slowly build it up. It's just always that debate of, do I want to do chin-ups or do I want to do pull-ups? And I might just alternate. And then, of course, we did a set of band press downs, and I needed it because my elbows didn't feel right from that straight bar at all. So, again, getting some blood work in there. So I think what we'll do, we'll stick with the easy bar, and I'll definitely do dips again next time, like I did on Monday. But I don't have to do dips every single workout. Even if I get them a couple times a week, we're in a good place. So did a set of high rep band press downs to finish up here. And then I did 1 round of sled sprints. So overall, other than, you know, the tricep work with that bar going, everything else was pretty good. Happy with it. The pull-ups felt great. That back off work on the bed, the bench felt great. So really, triceps, I'm just going to complain about it because they're important to me. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.